Okay, welcome to this video. This is about a swimmer, Jonathan Cowie, who is actually a very good, long distance open water swimmer. But he came into the endless pool just to have a look at his stroke. He knew something wasn't quite right. And I think you'll find this quite interesting. It just shows that, even good swimmers can still get a lot out of, having a swimming lesson, have a look at your stroke and technique. So let's have a look through Jonathan's swimming and see what it was that we focused on. Okay, if you haven't been to an endless pool before, first of all, I get my swimmers to try and relax and get comfortable in there, get used to the sensation of having that, swimming against the current. There's also a mirror on the bottom, so you can see yourself in the mirror, which helps to center you, and also that's amazing feedback. So this is Jonathan just in his warm-up phase, and I could already see there's something not quite right, especially when he was breathing to his left. He just looked a bit unbalanced and also just caused the legs to drop a little bit. And I was trying to work out why that was. So luckily my endless pool here, I've got 4 different cameras, so I can look from head-on shots, above, side-on shots, especially looking at the feet there, and that sort of underwater shot from the front. So decided to break it down and just looking at his stroke, trying to work out exactly what's going on. So first of all, we'll go into the fronts and he's got a really nice stroke. From above, it looks really relaxed. You can see he's got a nice high elbow, which is great. And when you got the head position, I'm looking to make sure that people's hands aren't crossing over that center line too much. The hands should be going straight in, out in front, ready for that high elbow catch. You can notice there that his hand is twisting as it goes in. So on that right hand, the thumb is going in first. Now, eventually, that extra rotation would cause issues with the shoulder if you continue to do that. So you've got to really look out for where those hands enter. Again, looking at the center line, his left hand does come across a little bit. So we did some work together. I was in the pool with him. We did a bit of work together about hand entry, trying to get the hand going out in front nice and smoothly. Now next, look at this angle here. I was just trying to see, as he breathes, what's going on there. And first thing is, as he's breathing to his right, it seems to be his favored side. Nice straight line through there, tip to toe. Nice rotation. The head is really close to shoulder. And as his head's coming down, the arm starts to pull through. Now, angle-wise, it could be a little bit further out to the side. It is going a little bit deep there. I would like to see sort of the elbow a little bit higher, a little bit wider, just getting some clear water. But overall, his breathing to the right is pretty good. Now, it's to the left, that's where I started to see some issues. And if you just watch through here, so air's going out, so far so good, but that hand is starting to drop down, and as he goes off balance here, you can see his feet, his legs really start to sort of try to balance him, because we've got a good gap there between his head and his shoulder. That arm's dropping, the shoulder's dropping, and the legs are balancing him out. And you can see how low that arm is now. It's almost straight below him. So Jonathan isn't getting a nice high elbow catch after that breath. Get that angle right. He's basically losing a good stroke there when that arm drops straight down. And as opposed to the left, you saw there, nice high elbow. And when he's not breathing, the elbow is higher out to the side. So it's really, you need to focus in on breathing to the left. And let's have a look at the feet. Now, I said there was something not quite right with the feet. And if we just slow this down, you can see the big knee bend there. Now, I see this in a few swimmers as they try and slow their kick down, because you don't need to kick too much for long distance. Look at that, feet crossing over there. This is from trying to get down to a 2-beat kick. But I feel when you go to breathe, you should have a little bit more of a flutter to stop the feet from overemphasizing, that big gadoosh that you see there. And Jonathan didn't realize that his feet were crossing over like that, and they did it regularly, so it wasn't just a one-off. So we had a few things to work on there, which was really good fun. We had a great session together and did lots of different drills. As I said, I was in the ward with him for some stuff, just looking there at how far his hands are going through. Nice long pull. So overall, Jonathan has a good stroke, but there's just a few things that we wanted to work on. And so the idea is, you know, just to try and have a few key points to go away and think about. So we did, as I said, we did quite a few drills, but I'll just show you a couple of things that we did while Jonathan was here. So this one was really just looking at his feet. Now, as I mentioned, there's a mirror on the bottom of the pool. So when you're kicking, holding onto that bar, you can see your feet and your brain gets that feedback. So as he's going to kick, I just had him made sure he's just doing a little flutter as he's going to kick, trying to keep those toes just clipping each other. But what was happening there was he was managing to keep the feet nice and high, not putting too much effort in, but really trying to keep that long line. And this is one of the drills we did, looking at his breathing. So doing a catch up, but holding on to paddle, a sort of favorite drill of mine. And what we're doing here is he's breathing to the lefts. As he breathes to the lefts, he's keeping that arm out in front. And then after the breath, he's getting a nice high elbow pull through. There you go. You can see that how high that arm is as he pulls through, because he's now starting from just under the surface rather than letting that arm drop down too deep. So you can really grab that water, push it behind him in the correct position to get some good power through, but also using that body roll, taking the stress off the shoulders as he breathes. So a really good session there for Jonathan, and I hope you enjoyed it. So as you can see from that, it was really Jonathan's kick and also a slight issue with his timing while he was breathing, and just trying to get that as a slightly longer roll and stroke for that breath. And the end results were really good, and Jonathan was really happy with it. And the idea with the session here is that, you know, you understand what issues you can work on, and then you go away and you work on those yourself. You know, there's no point in coming back here tomorrow because we'll just be going through the same things again. So it's a thing, when you're in the pool the next time, you've got these key things to work on. And that's what I do with all my swimmers, is that hopefully they go away and they've got a few key things that when they're swimming up and down the pool or in the open water, they can focus in on and try and improve. And then I recommend you come back here in about a month's time or something like that. So you've worked on your stroke, you think you've made some improvements, then you come back in here and then we can have another look and see what's going on. So thanks very much. My name is Colin Hill. This is Ullswater Swim Place. This is where I'm based. And I've got hundreds and hundreds of videos on my YouTube channel. So please do like and subscribe. And thank you very much.